Hello again, Struck Quip to episode 10 on day 9 of me playing Disciples Liberation. This is probably gonna be the final episode because we've only got the final boss to defeat and whatever happens before the final boss. And someone reminded me on YouTube that I've forgotten to open the chests in the vault in my town. And that's what I intend to start with today. Just a moment, fuck, what happened with my cable? I messed up with my cables, just a moment. Okay, there. So yeah, let's go to the vault and open some of those chests and see what's inside them. I totally would have forgotten to do this if someone didn't remind me on YouTube. Thanks to that person as well. I think it was Mike. This one I cannot open, but I should be able to open the one with the elves. Armor of the Elven Sage, and I think I might be able to open the one with the demons. Armor of the Archdemon. I cannot open the others because I don't have revered reputation with. Yeah, so undead and human I cannot open because of my reputation with them. Which, as you can see the reputation here, I have the final reputation for those. Undead is almost done, so I might be able to open it before I'm done, but most likely not. Empire, I'm not gonna be able to show you the Empire one, but most likely it's gonna be the exact same thing, except it changes whether it's Empire and whatever stats it gives. So it's an armor. It gives you grants Elven Alliance units immunity to bleeding and shield. It gives Constitution, Dex, Int, Crit, Mana. The other one is Constitution, Strength, Dex, Int, Crit. Wait, is it the same? Con, Strength, Dex, Con. See, this one gives Intelligence, the Elven. The Elven one is for a mage, whereas this one is for a warrior because it gives Strength. This one gives Crit Chance, this one gives Crit Chance. This one. So this one gives mana and this one gives strength. That is the difference. They both give dex, int and con and crit chance. Dex, int, con and crit chance is the common thing. Strength and mana are the different things. This grants Legions of the Damned immunity to burning and weakened. Elves get immunity to bleeding and shield. I wonder what humans and undead would get immunity to. Probably undead get immunity to poisoned and whatever else, and humans immunity to other things. If I look at it, I don't think it's better than immunity to taunted and bleeding that I've got. And I don't think it would be that great when upgraded. I mean, I could probably upgrade it. I probably have enough. Probably have enough resources to upgrade so I can show you fully upgraded how much those stats are. But yeah, some people were wondering, I was wondering what this is. So this is it, fully upgraded. It gives you 49 con dex int, 23 crit chance, 125 mana. It's not bad, it's not great. If I were to compare it to the one I'm wearing, less constitution, everything else is better. But it gives you dex instead of strength, which probably is better because strength I don't really need on a witch, unless I want divine resistance and physical resistance on the witch, which for physical resistance is not bad because getting crit chance from dex it's a tough thing to do. See, right now with 300 dex I only get 3 crit chance. So I'd much rather have strength instead of dex if I have to choose between the two. Although 176 dex translates to 176 strength translates to 9 divine resistance and to 9 physical resistance. So it's not bad. It's not bad because you can see this strength, 43 strength, is like, what should we say, 20% of my total strength roughly. Maybe not even 20. That's 25%. Let's say 25% of my strength roughly. I mean, I'm not gonna give you the exact number because I don't have a calculator, but roughly. Okay, let's go and do my quest. I think I need to speak to some of my companions, maybe. Okay, let's see what else. But yeah, we've only got the final boss to defeat. I'm not sure if there's gonna be much fighting before it. I can go and fight some other things in other places, finish some side quests or fights if necessary. For example, I'm pretty sure there was one fight here, like a level 60 fight. I might as well go and do it, just to know that I've done it. And I will do a quick test. If we can sacrifice a companion, get a legendary blade, and then revive that companion. If I can't, I'm gonna vote. So let me beat that one unit. Where was it? I forgot where it was. That one unit was somewhere here, and then I can go and save and do this. So I'll go to Hurik. What I'll do is save. And I'll make a new save. First let's confirm this one and then let's save here. And I'll test it. I'll test sacrificing a companion and then reviving that companion at the Nexus. Just because some people watching might be wondering, hey, how does this work? Is it possible? How do you revive a companion after you sacrifice it? This is just a theory. It might not be how it works. I might be misunderstanding things. But my theory is that I can sacrifice a companion to upgrade that Blade of Slaughter from purple to legendary, and then in the Nexus you can revive that fallen companion. Quest power has a price, and then quest come back to me. Those two quests, I think, if you use them together, you could negate the loss. And now we will be able to see how strong a legendary Blade of the Slaughter is. It's a blade that's actually pretty fun, even as a purple one, because it gives you leech, passive leech. So as you deal damage, you heal. There are other ways to get this with buffs and stuff, but it's nice to get it from the blade. Who do we sacrifice? Let's sacrifice Ejemar. So you fight this guy. Minus 25 undead horde. Obviously you lose reputation with a certain faction. Kind of didn't want that to be the undead horde. I should have sacrificed a human.
You're done. Die. Fire.
Okay. So, Heartless Blade of Death. Let's check it. Heartless Blade of Death gives a very little dex, very little initiative. It gives very little power, very little crit chance, and very little unholy resistance. I think there's something wrong with this weapon. It shouldn't be this weak. Deals additional 15% damage against targets below 50% HP and grants leech to the bearer. I mean, even when I upgrade it, it's not gonna be much for any of the other weapons. Even considering the leech and the additional damage to targets under 50%, it just doesn't seem like a great blade. I think the dex shouldn't be this bad, and the crit chance shouldn't be this bad. Compared to high tier late game weapons I've obtained, it just doesn't match. I'll upgrade it so maybe it gets more per level than usual weapons do. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Only 17 initiative, only 10% crit chance. It gives unholy resistance, which I'd rather not have on a blade. And it gives only 18 dex, and the power is only 50. This is like half of what it should be. It should be 100 power at least. It should be at least 36, 39, maybe even 40 dex. The crit chance should be 20, initiative should be like at least 30, and the resistance should be 20. Do you see how it's half the stats of my current stuff? Check this. This one gives you 30 divine resistance, 130 power. 51 strength instead of 18 dex. And the initiative here is 51. See, this is half, even less than half of the stats here. In most cases, it's actually one third. So obviously this weapon is just, it's not great. Even with the additional 15% damage to targets below 50%, it's not worth it. If you cannot sacrifice, if you cannot heal, revive that companion. Let's go and see if I can revive my companion now. Just for the sake of science. I wonder what the price is to return a lost companion. But we gotta do things for science in games like those. The reputation loss is gonna be big if I can't regain this 25 reputation. Because I needed to lose 25 reputation when sacrificing HMR. Is it worth it losing 25 reputation? Let's find out. If just the blade is to judge, it's not. If I can get that reputation back by reviving it, yeah, you can revive HMR. One day in the future, a price will be paid for this. Well, we got experience points. But yeah, again, losing 25 reputation, I was just close to finishing this. And I probably needed another 20-15 reputation. Now I'm much further from getting revered with the undead. But at least we did this, and we can confirm it works. You can sacrifice a companion and then revive it. And still get that blade, which is pretty much one of the worst blades ever. Even with the special powers on it. Okay, let's go do my main quest. Before I go to the throne room, I think there's some fighting we can do around here and some looting. Let's check. I'm gonna look around everything. There's a gateway. Let's see where it leads. It leads up here. Okay. You still want children? Interesting question. Okay, sexy time. There we go. Back to the tent. You crash into each other, years of longing, wishing and desire releasing with one impassioned kiss. Then another, then another. Then another. The trail of your armor and his leading back to the tent. You are alone. It is dark. Hot. Your deep breaths fill the air with a musty thickness. She lifts him, I guess that's what she does when he's a dwarf. Okay, let's say it back. So they're gonna be a ship in the end. I guess from all the ships, this is the strongest ship in the game. Or maybe it's giving us an option to talk to him because we chose him earlier for the beginning of Act 3 when it told us who to take with us. Maybe that's why it gave us only him as an option this time. Okay, another level, not bad. Actually, let me save. Godfather is back. Welcome back, Godfather. How's it going? Let's see what's this way. I don't think there might be many more units left to fight. Just wanted to check everything, everywhere. Your game file corrupted after level 65. Ah, that sucks. If I know where the saves are, I wouldn't mind sending you my save. But it would be very different probably from the choices you've made and give you a different ending. And that's only if you're on PC. You're saying 60 hours down. Well, it's not down the drain. I mean, yeah, you're not gonna see the ending, but at least you've pretty much reached close to the end. You're just gonna have to see the ending from someone else, like me, for example. You still had fun, hopefully, during that time. Oh, you're on PS5. Yeah, you can't take someone else's save. Was it because of PlayStation? The cloud saving of PlayStation? Is that what caused the corruption? Or is it the game's fault? I wonder. I wonder if it's Sony or the game itself. I think I'm done with this. I've explored every single bit that could be explored in the outer parts of the Nexus. And now it's time to go in and finish the final quest. I think that's the final quest at least. Let's go end this NPC. I'm assuming there will be a long boss fight here.
Nephilim, you have no idea how long I've waited.
You think
for
it's
this
game's
moment.
fault. Kept black screening when fighting the god boss. Very strange. Maybe you could wait for a patch. Maybe that would fix it. I don't know. Did you try reporting this on the game's official Discord? Maybe getting some help from the devs.
You abandoned your realms, left the people to die. There were rumors you died in battle.
So you heard. Good, good. I couldn't risk having you interrupt me. Not when there was so much to do.
Nephilim.
Impossible. I killed you.
He has died and been reborn many times over the epochs, when there has been a need for him.
You got pissed and downloaded the PS4 version to see if it does the same thing. Interesting. But the saves are on the cloud, right? You're level 4. How sad. It's definitely sad, man. Especially for a game that takes a while to reach
Tell
the
me
end.
why you're here.
You can't speed through it.
Because the ritual demands it.
And you can't even download a trainer to make things quicker and easier if you want to recover the lost 60 hours. Because on PC, if something fucks up, there's always the option to download a trainer or use cheat table or whatever to just help yourself one way or another if you know how to use it. So yeah, if things go wrong in a game, if you get stuck or glitched and there is no patch to help, on PC at least there's those things that are an option. Sure, it's third-party tools and it shouldn't be used unless it's an emergency or something completely broken. But on console, I don't think there's a way to get those things.
Each step being marked pure, corrupting flesh to birth the titans, even controlling the mind of mortals so you'd sacrifice the life of
Your
a goddess on
PS5
angelic
quote is
ground.
there, but it won't override. Says corrupted. It's probably a different format between PS4 and PS5. Probably the games use different formats or different naming. Do you see the names of the saves and the extensions on the cloud? And could you try to copy that save file and rename it to match the new one?
Ilian.
Is there a way, or
Years
does
we
the
found out Mortis'
PlayStation not
control over her
allow
people
you
has been waning.
much?
Every step a part of the ritual. When it is complete, I will learn the true name of the High Father. I will speak it, and he will be commanded.
Maybe on a thumbstick. Yeah, if you can download it and see what the difference between the two files is. Is there a different extension? Is there a different naming convention where they use a different place where the date is, the time is, and stuff like that? Because who knows? Maybe the different platforms have
Commanded to do
different
what?
conventions of naming, and that's why it seems to be
To set
corrupted.
holy fire
Maybe
to
it's a
the
different
world so that
format. Who
only the
knows?
pure survive. There's only one thing left to do. The final step in the ritual.
This is insane. Even if your plan worked, you'll die alone with everyone else.
You heard Pirafet. Nothing saves this world from suffering. Nothing but the High Father. It is too late for me, and it is too late for you. But with us dead, with all of us finally dead, those that live a life of peace will be liberated of the past. Is that madness? No war, no suffering, just a world bequeathed to those most deserving of it.
You said there was a final step in this ritual.
Yes, the thing I've needed since sending you to the Church of St. Darchild over 10 years ago. It was there I'd finally found you, my Nephilim. This is from the vaults of Barat Nor. It is the dagger of Uru. I must draw the blood of the last Nephilim with this blade and feed it to the mana of the Nexus. Then the ritual will finally be complete.
Okay, so she wants to sacrifice
Whatever you're
us.
planning, the Lows in the Castle Hale had nothing to do with it. Why abandon them?
They were a waste. We had to centralize our forces if we were to take the Nexus. And the ritual required souls. Many, many souls.
The Emperor gifted you his realm on a platter, and you killed him!
The ritual demanded it. The Tower of Mizrael was the last beacon of hope for the Empire. So said the commandment. From the beacon of hope must the last Emperor fall.
Enough talking. Stand and fight.
Catanira watches dagger drawn. She looks to the Inquisitor. Okay.
Proselyte, attack!
So is that gonna be 2 fights in a row? What the hell are those big chunks? It looks like crystal chunks of different color. Oh, she's ranged. Oh no, she's the backline. Is this gonna count as an Empire unit? If it counts as an Empire unit, I have hatred. Prepared for Empire units. She definitely counts as Empire unit, but I wonder if the postulates will. And what happened to the Inquisitor Regent? Where did it disappear? I cannot see the information about those. They probably don't count as Empire. But maybe we defeat those and then we would be able to attack her. We'll see. I think even though she's backline, I might be able to reach her. Let me check.
You're done.
Bending zone. Okay, so they're casting things. As if it's backline, but it's not backline. Gotta get rid of them quickly. She won't be able to reach, right? Yeah.
Glory will be mine.
Divine protection on that one. Radiant light. Okay.
Legionaries, move.
Come, my darlings.
Oh wow.
You're mine. Alien planet.
Aha. It summons shit, Soul of Mortis. Soul of Galleon's Beast. Shit. This is gonna be one tough fight, and I'm silenced as well. Apparently you cannot attack her until you defeat those souls.
Of nothing. I go.
Oh shit, so much damage over time. It's ridiculous how much damage over time. Need to start healing properly. I need to group them up together for a proper heal. Like maybe over here. If I move her there, I won't be able to hit, and I want to be able to heal this one. Rejuvenate, so this one can heal and do divine stuff. Okay, Galleon's armor there. I don't want to get poisoned, but if I do that, I could taunt this. I don't like this, but I'll do that. And since I'm silenced, there isn't much I can do here. So probably the best thing I can do would be go here.
My darlings. Your flesh is too
And
soft.
do this. Okay, this giant boy can reach. Damn, those waves of destruction are pretty solid. I think it's time for... No, I can't cast a spell yet.
Face your death.
So there's a soul crystal.
May your blood be thick.
This one is a great way to heal. She can't reach.
I will find a clear shot.
Where is the next soul crystal? I guess only Mortis has a soul crystal, the others don't.
I will lick your wounds.
All will serve Bethwizard. I am his fury.
And now Katanira is joining the fight. Or what?
Nevendaar, come again.
Interesting boss fight. At least it's not stale and doing the same. Oh, look at that. A golden body. She's gold quad.
Seize this!
to die by my hand.
What?
Is she a Nephilim as well, or what?
I am the one who called on your mother to destroy Nevendaar centuries ago. Not the High Father, me.
Who is she?
Just as I am the one who sent your beast of a father to stop her. This ritual has been epochs in the making. You slipped from my servant Veron, from the Inquisitor Regent, like some lowly rat crawling on her belly. No more! I am Catanira, Queen of the Angels Profane. This is our world. We are the true gods.
We'll see about that.
I am your creator. Feed the blade of Uru your blood. Die for me.
Enough lies, Catanira. My parents were the angel Inoel and the Lord Horus. They loved each other, and they love me.
Love is the veil we use to disguise our worst desires. The angels of the four heavens would never accept a Nephilim. Your father was dead. Your mother left with no choice but to give you up. And so you return to the bosom of this world, my world, and the hunt for your blood began.
Okay.
If this ritual destroys the world in flame, it will destroy you with it.
No, Beth Rezed created this world for the High Father, but it is I who am her rightful queen.
Okay.
The gods and mortals have sullied her sweet body long enough. I will speak the name of the High Father. I will command him to set this place ablaze. And I will rebuild her as she was meant to be.
Look at yourself, Catanira. Look what you've become.
This is what I've always been, you fool. I am a queen. Veron was my duke, reigning over Veron to Or. But I was queen of the angels profane. Ilion was my home. A home you stole from me. But it will be mine again.
You want my blood? Come and get it.
I hope I'm no longer silenced.
Blood.
Oh, he does decent damage to it. Now there is one thing I want to do.
Stand down. The old ways must die.
Return to the mana flow. I will burn and be reborn. And burn and be reborn. You will not stop.
Cool. Is she immune to silence? Immune to silence, immune to weakened, immune to bind, immobilized, confused. I think paralyzed as well. Or is it? Is that actually immune to paralyzed that I'm seeing? Yeah, it's immune to paralyzed. Immune to afraid, taunted. Demoralized, weakened. Okay, so I can burn her, I can poison her. I intend to stack burn and poison on her. Seems like she dies much quicker than some of the others that I fought, some of the other bosses. She has more reasonable HP, I guess. I need to cleanse those conditions she's inflicted me with. His body is rage, my body is ready. Let's see. The burning does decent damage to her. I do hope she counts as an Empire unit. She probably doesn't count as any faction. Let's inflict poison.
You're done.
I will lick your wounds.
Missed.
Marching out. Nevendaar will have her vengeance.
Cool. Yeah, the burn and poison stacking nicely. Is she immune to bleeding? If she isn't, I could probably inflict bleeding and stack 3 damage over times on her. Yeah, I don't see immunity to bleeding, so... Okay. But... Oh yeah, exactly, this one causes bleeding. Just the way I wanted it. Even with the silence, I can still do things.
Earned blood.
Your flesh is too soft.
Fire!
Keep missing with this one due to the blind.
My body is
Can finally hit with this guy.
burn my friends. Be gone from these lands.
She's almost down.
Hoyland talk upon us.
And she's down. Let's see now. Next phase. Probably another phase. Or maybe not. Yeah, I got a blue item from the final boss of the game. Maybe that's not the final boss. Maybe there's more to it.
I cannot be stopped.
Abby, you alright?
It's done. Mortis is dead. The Veil's fallen. The elves' plan failed. The Legion won't have the mana they need for their weapon.
We won.
Or
There's
so
still
we
the
think.
matter of what to do with this place. The power of the Nexus drove the world mad.
We should do something with the Dagger of Uru, too. It's a little too important to leave lying around.
Let's check the
The dagger
dagger's
was hidden in
strength.
Barrett Nor before Catanera found it. I'd say it's ours now.
Oh, and AD, welcome back. He just contributed some points. How was your birthday? I noticed your message about your birthday a little bit too late. You were probably no longer in the stream. When I wished you happy birthday the other day. Took me a while to figure out what you meant. I thought you meant me when you said a man of X years old, and I was like, wait, I'm not that old. What does he mean? And then I finally put two and two together and realized you were talking about yourself.
Thieving. A woman after my own heart. And the Nexus?
Eddie, any games you're interested in that are coming soon? I've prepared, guys, for all of you 16 games coming in November with another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games coming out at an unknown time in 2021, which will be in a different video. 16 games in the first video that's coming either tomorrow or the day after. Upcoming games in November, and then I'm gonna make another upcoming games winter. I'm not sure what to name it, probably winter 21-22 for games that say autumn 2021, unknown 2021, or even 2022, because I've got some games I found that were showing up on Steam. They were showing as November releases, which is strange. For example, Steam arranges the games by release date, and there would be a game releasing in November 19th, 11th, 20th, etc. And let's say between the game that releases in 19th and 20th, there would be another game that just says November or just says autumn 2021. It's as if the developers on the backend put a date, but then don't write it on the description, and Steam doesn't know. It's very weird how that works, but yeah, I decided to just split it into two different videos. I'm open to suggestions. It's not too late for people to suggest games that they would like for me to cover, to talk about in my upcoming games video, and maybe do my best to play them if I can.
The Nexus is home to the power of the gods themselves. It's our...
So if anyone has some games that they want to suggest for consideration, I can't promise that I would play them, but maybe I could include them in one of those two videos I'm making.
Glad you approve. It so happens I'm getting the hang of making... sometimes.
But the list of games for November is Riders Republic, which came out 2 days ago, actually. Battlefield 2042 coming in the middle of November. Darkest Dungeon 2 came out 3 days ago. Giant Surprising, I played the demo. It's coming in a few days. Tunche, or Tunchi, coming in a few days. The Tainted coming in a few days. Valley Nights coming in a week or so. Siege the Day coming November 11th. Accenture, then Absented Age. I mean, there's a bunch of indie games. The Last Stand, Aftermath, Undungeon, which I played the demo of, Iron Gate Arena, Sea Horizon, and Void Dementia. Those are the games that I know are releasing in November.
Actually, one more thing.
And as I mentioned, there's more than 10 other games that
This grimoire.
don't specify a release date, but Steam tells me it releases in November, or at least Steam thinks so. So let's see what happens now at the ending.
Every hardship suffered. You haven't. Well done, old friend. Very well done.
I actually played the Riders Republic beta, and I was very happy of how they're handling things. You can see a bunch of players running around next to you, and then there's challenges where you can play with over 50 other people in a competition. And I think Ubisoft has managed to do very well with an extreme sports game that's massively multiplayer online.
How has Aviana the Liberator changed?
So Riders Republic, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it, because I'm very bad at those games. In the beta, I sucked. There is this option in Riders Republic where you can rewind. So while you're doing a run, if you're playing against bots or against the time of other people, not real time playing against other, but time trial, you can press rewind, and it just rewinds to a previous point. For example, let's say I fail a trick. I can rewind right before the start of that trick and try and do it again. And this is an amazing function.
This world makes you hard if you're
Obviously,
not
this is
careful.
not available all
It
the
will rip
time.
you from everything you hold close. I thought I
But
would
yeah,
be
let's
bitter.
say I try to
I thought I
make
would be hurtful.
triple cork with the snowboard, and I fail and land on my face. I can rewind right before the jump starts and try and redo it. Let's say I try to make double cork transition into a grind on a rail, and I fail with the transition. It gives you
pain
time
only
to
brought me
try and
closer to
redo it. I
everyone
really
around me.
love how
That's what I
Riders
want to show the
Republic is
world now.
designed.
We're not united by pain, but compassion.
So began the epoch of heathens. From far and wide, the denizens of
I like what
Nevendaar
they've
flocked
done-
to Ilion
done here.
seeking refuge. The war had not been kind. Mercifully, the new epoch began with a tenuous peace. The races of the world would convene under one banner, yours. Free of the chains of its past, Nevendaar would become the world you'd promised to make it. One of freedom, one of heart, one of liberation. Through it all, however, was Orion, new leader of the reborn empire, and in many ways the person you
Is that
most
a
trust in
Viana next to
Nevendaar.
him in the image?
Over your many years as friends, the bond between you became a symbol of peace for future generations of the Empire and of Ilion. Together, you clumsily handled the expectations of onlooking dignitaries with a fumbling sort of grace, and it was glorious, if not a little more drunken than a standard affair.
Cool. That was my ending? Oh, that's not it. So what now?
Years pass. Nevendaar is slow to change, but you are patient, and through that patience you would come to see a new world born. From the southern wastes to the tips of the northern ranges, there was not a realm unaffected by your rule. Guarding the Nexus proved a daunting task, though a necessary one. Its power remained in your hands, and with it, you controlled the world. Any who opposed you would soon learn that Ilion was both a home and a monolith, casting its shadow across the land. Although the Castle Hale was easily rebuilt after its invasion, the Lows would not be so lucky. The lives lost coming to the Hale's aid were too many. The Lows was abandoned, its few survivors taking up an Ilion. With you, reintegration of the Vale's many troops took years, and it was not without pain. But as the last of the Titans died, so too did the nightmare they wrought. You sent troops of second woken hordes to Greyleaf to guard the throne of Corsal. Should any god choose to stand against you, the throne would be their prison. The same became true of the Hall of Souls. Its bricks grew full of those mortals foolish enough to question you. Supplanting the Council of Six as leader of the Second Woken was a difficult choice, but one you would honor. Ghouls from Greyleaf to Queen's Nest flocked to you, and you were happy to meet them. With their
Nice.
necromancers, you rose the corpse of the Beast of Galleon from its decomposed state, preferring to ride it as your trusty steed. As for the Legion,
Cool.
they came to accept your rule over the path of flesh and flame. They marched to Ilion seeking a permanent alliance. You were happy to accept. It would only be a matter of time before you set sail aboard the Helzadin with your demon kin, the weapon of Baratnor loaded, ready to kill their lord Bethrazan. Though, not everything in the Unholy Realms was so grim. The Festival of the Molten Moons raged on in Huric, an eternal celebration held in your honor.
Cool.
Elsewhere, the Elven clans ceased their raids and took their place as allies of Ilion, governing the Whitelands and Wotan's grave from their true home in Atelian. So honored were you among their people, even the blood trees bowed to you in respect. So went the races of the world. But in the end, it was the intimate moments that mattered most. Coruscant happily assumed the role of High Priestess. She held mass in Ilion, praying for every race, even those least deserving of it. Belendrak grew old, as did his cubs. Soon they had cubs of their own. It was not the caretaker's life he'd hoped for, but it was life just the same. There were many ways to avoid death on Nevendaar, but none so reliable as having a friendship with Edgemar the Crow. There were many times he'd find himself in a position to save you from the brink. And he did. Though her mortality always haunted her, Elmiran felt safe with you, as did her falcons. They made a strange family, but what family isn't strange, really? Or Mariel's life would always be full, and the people who needed her always demanded more. But Ilion was her home, and she longed to return every time she was away. Though most in Ilion rightly feared Charlea, you grew to see her in
The
a different
vampire.
light over the years. Unless, that is, you walked in on her during a feed. Years would pass with Sebastian, the rightful king of the Hale, as your dear friend and mentor. When he finally breathed his last breath, it was a peaceful one, with you by his side. Though Bagthal continued to fight proudly in your honor, the ghosts of his past haunted him. He would rise at night, screaming her name. Sometimes you could swear you'd hear her answer. It would be a long reign over Ilion, and eventually, Nevendaar. There would be more loss and more loves along the way, but your life would be full. The people of Ilion would be safe, and until the epoch's end, Nevendaar would be liberated.
Cool.
My child of sky. Aviana, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, but I can't see you.
Time is short, and we must go unseen. Purifet the Fate Hand has made a mistake. We are using our might across the four heavens to reset time. We have to send you back.
Send me back where?
To the beginning. To change the choices that undid the liberation of the world.
Oh no.
You must let
That's
Catanira
not the
draw
end.
your blood from the dagger. Catanira was meant to speak the name. She must speak the name.
The world is liberated from Catanira. She was going to invoke the name of the High Father.
No, not the High Father. A creature far, far older. The true battle for liberation must begin again.
Oh no. There's more? Ah, there's gonna be a DLC probably. Or maybe this ending tells you that there is a different ending and you have to redo it to do different choices so that Catanira speaks the name. We'll see. Liberation mode is now unlocked. You can start a new game and try rallying all factions under your banner. New dialogue choices will be available. Okay, that's what it means. Make sure to select those choices to see the new story truly unfold. In addition, you are no longer limited to only 2 companions that can accompany you on the battlefield. You may bring all valuable companions with you to battle. I need to screenshot this just a moment. See, I'm so happy that I didn't rush making a first impressions video. I will make final impressions video now, because it's a little bit too late for first impressions, because I finished the game. But it will be final impressions video after completing the game. I'm probably gonna make this video... I'm not sure if I should make my upcoming games video before my before my final impressions video. Let me see what Liberation mode does.
It is a time between times.
I'm gonna skip this just so I can see what's happening.
Ori,
Well, I don't know what.
it's just
Us
no.
about that.
See, this is a new option.
Kill the priest.
This is a new option.
Something's off. I can't put my finger on it, but it's like I'm trapped in a dream. I feel like we shouldn't be here.
We're about to get paid for the biggest contract of our lives. I don't want to do this either, Abby. What choice?
So
do we
let's
have?
say this is a new game plus mode.
What choice?
Maybe I'm the one who should have asked if you're all right.
I need to talk this out first.
Hydrate, let's hydrate. Eddie says the only game he's after is New World. Well, my friends, real life friends, are playing New World, but I'm disgusted by the game, and I'm not gonna return to it. But I understand how many people love New World and play it, and it's fine. We are allowed to have different choices in games and liking different things and still be friends, like like my friends who are currently. Let me check Discord. We have a private Discord for us. Okay, I guess it's one of them walked out, but he was walked in earlier playing New World. There's two more playing it. But yeah, I'm not gonna join the three of them in New World.
Of course.
There's only
Agreed. What is it?
we be
But what about the
those guards.
So yeah, I'm just keeping this.
That
simple as?
So you saw there was one new option. Let me quickly double check the limit of companions. You can have 9 companions. Pretty much you can have a line out, a world out of just companions. This is strong, overpowered and good. And fun. Basically, yeah. If you want to do another playthrough, that's it. You can have your main hero and 9 more companions, a total of 10, and that's pretty cool. I'm happy that I know this information, that I didn't rush into making my video. I'm not gonna do another playthrough anytime soon. Maybe eventually I will do another playthrough. We'll see. For now, I'm happy with my one playthrough. Who wants to see me play another game today? Let's say I can take 15-20 minutes break and then play another game. I have something called Mad World, which seems to be only played in a browser. People have been asking me 2 weeks ago or so, what do you think about Mad World? I'm gonna show you a trailer and let me know if you're interested. Because I have time today, I can maybe pause for 15-20 minutes to Photoshop some thumbnails and edit my titles and everything. But let me show you some footage of that game. If someone is interested, let me know. Maybe we can even start and play together, because it's a browser MMO, which I don't know why they didn't make a non-browser version. I hate browser games. So Mad World game. So this is the game I'm talking about. It's very weird, as the name suggests, and you can see this is the person recording this is playing in a browser. It has a very nice art style, which reminds me of Darkest Dungeon a bit. It has English version. This is an old trailer, but it has English version. And I guess I can take 15-20 minutes break, Photoshop some thumbnails, edit my descriptions and titles, and maybe test the game. It could be interesting. So yeah, give me some time for a break, and I will be back with some Mad World, and I'm gonna give Sky a petting. Thanks everyone for stopping by, watching the final chapter of Disciples Liberation. Keep it cool until later, and goodbye for now.